Hello, guys. So, today we are starting our first podcast and the first episode. So, the podcast is.
Triple
Shots.
Okay, so today we are going to be talking about friendship green flags. Because red flags tell us to stop, but
Yeah, go on. Go on, go on.
but red flags obviously tell us that we should not go there, but green flags are the ones that tell us we should go forward with something. So we should always talk about green flags of things.
But at the same time, should not ignore the red flags. We have chosen this topic because we are friends since the first year for college, and it's been years that we are still friends, and the friendship has grew from time to time. And I think that we all collectively came up and discussed on some of the green flags that took us and kept us together. So yeah, we'll be discussing a few of them.
You feel safe being yourself.
So basically, it's that you don't have to think about how you act, and you just can be the calmest person with them, but you can also be the most chaotic version of yourselves with them. And you know that there's going to be zero judgment because they see you for who you are and are with you for who you are, not just for some work. Like, yeah, we have friends, those who are there with us just for some purpose or some work, but then I don't think so they stick around for a long period of time.
Like friends, you are totally open about yourself, and it can be anything. Like I tell them what I did throughout the day. It can be anything, like little to little thing. Like I had this for breakfast, or telling them my biggest flaws and my insecurities, and knowing that they will accept it and they won't judge me at all. Yeah. Feeling safe with them also means that they listen to you and they don't reply quickly, but they'll first understand what you're feeling, what you're going through, and then they respond to that situation. They are not being very much, they basically do not give criticism, and they give real solutions to your problems. And sometimes all you want is someone to hear you and listen to you rather than solving or being very practical or logical. Yeah. Boundaries are being respected. So that comes after listening to someone without any judgment.
I guess if someone, I'm not like putting, like I said, pinpointing, but if someone is dating someone, yeah, if someone is close to other people, yeah, family matters as such. So we won't upfront go and tell them ki, oh, these are the things that might be going wrong with your family. These are the things that might be concerning, or these are the solutions that you can do, because sometimes you have to understand that that is not your place, even if you've known the person for 10 years, 5 years or 10 months, because there are certain limits that you can't cross with a person. You don't know how this person in front will react, how they will reciprocate to your suggestions. But it correlates with her as well, na? Her saying ki if someone, like if you want the person just to listen to you, sometimes they don't want to hear that, oh no, these are right things that you can do, this is how you should have dealt with it. Sometimes you just want them to validate your feelings, which is where you need to understand that sometimes you actually have to just agree. It's not being a yes man or a yes woman. You just have to be there for the person. So that is also where boundaries come in, because you cannot correct a person every now and then and think that, oh, this is your right to correct this person. Yeah, this is how you would have dealt with that situation. So you should tell the person, oh, this is how you should deal. Every person deals with things differently.
You should not straight up jump into conclusions rather than just sit and listen sometimes.
They don't guilt trip you for choosing yourself.
So yeah, we all have that phases where you can tend to go silent or tend to take a step back from everything because of other aspects in your life other than the friendships that you have. So So during those times, it is necessary for our friends or for aspect. I have such friends who understand that, and they actually realize it when I'm actually taking a step back. So now they know that behavior of mine. So they are quite cooperative when I do that or I behave in that certain manner. So I feel that is something really important, because there are not going to be just highs in your life in general. There will be lows, and at that time you need some time for yourself, because that is necessary for you at that time. So yeah, so during that times I feel this person in front of you should understand and should not guilt trip you for not giving them that much time. Obviously they can feel hurt, but they should understand at some point of time.
This particular topic has been like observed in adults, and especially in people who are like hitting the 20s. So us, we are a 20 something girls who are who are like going through a lot of things. Like right now we have our career to build, a degree, and then we have family, and then we also want personal space also to create something. And at this age I feel that our generation wants to build something really big, and we are always dreaming, basically dreaming, trying to achieve a lot of things. And at that time sometimes we are not able to give our 100% into friendships. But if suppose if my friend Shubs is trying to build an empire of herself, trying to be an influencer, and she's not able to hang out with me or call me, or she's busy with her stuff, then I will take a step back and understand, okay, she's going through something, she's building herself, she's building a future, and either I can lend a hand, support her, be there, or I can help her with shoots or editings, and so that I can talk with her or build a more stronger bond, or I can just give her space and let her build her thing, rather than being cranky and telling her why are you not texting and not. You have to understand at this time you have to give them a personal space and let them build their own thing. And that comes also with trying to build yourself too. And you can, if you're trying to build yourself, you can also help your friends to build something of their own. Maybe you can make a collaborative business or something, or like us, try to start a podcast. And yeah,
I'll say from what you said about if she is doing something new, you can either support her, like if you know what she is doing and you can help her in some sort of way. But still I feel that supporting from distance is also suggested if you are not from the same career, if all three of us are doing the same degree. So we understand when someone is going to be at their highs, when someone is going to be at their lows. But if someone is doing some other profession or some other degree in some different college, they might not understand the time constraints that we have, or time constraints that they have that I might not understand. I'll be calling up someone that, where are you, we have not met, but I don't know what they might be going through. So that is what we need to understand about personal space, and not guilt tripping the person for us as well, like for choosing myself. And I personally choose myself almost all the time. I don't go out or anything, but that does not mean that these two are going to come to me saying that why you're not coming out with us or something, because they understand that that is not something I like to do. And I won't be guilt tripping them saying that why are you always busy with something, why are you always not calling me or anything, because I know that is their personal space.
I'd like to add, it's not about like not being there or something, because this can be misunderstood with that you know that you're busy in your work and all of that. But behind everything, we know that they are gonna be there. If I am really in some tough times, I know that I can always ring a call, and I know that you guys will be there to hear, if not like immediately, but like in some hours. So that assurance if I have, then I don't think so that anything that can make things happen worse.
for like example, there have been times where during college breaks I wanted to be alone, sit alone, and just be with my thoughts. Most probably because a lot of things are going on, or like I have a really low social battery, and I just want to be alone for like at least 10-15 minutes so I can just get my stuff together, collect myself together, and calm myself down basically. And sometimes I don't meet them during breaks. I just tell them that I want to be alone, and I'll come back, I'll talk to you guys for 15 minutes, and they just respect it. They do not pressure me to open up, and they do not follow me, or they are not even after 15 minutes break, they don't pressure me to open about it कि नहीं talk about it right now only, what happened. They give me my space so I can be in a good situation and tell them कि what exactly happened, what I'm going through, and they will listen to it. They won't be mad कि why didn't you tell us this earlier. And that is something I really like about them, because even at times when you want to feel alone and be alone with your own thoughts, I think in friendships that is important too. Growth is celebrated, not competed with.
Well, I guess I have a very good example for it. Well, I was studying, like I guess 11th, 12th for NEET, I guess, and all of the friend circle back then, which is still good today, but many of them went into MBBS, and some of us took like a very different career path, and still somehow all of us, like no one demeaned anyone, no one just said ki, oh now we might have to distance ourselves or anything. Everyone respected each other's choices of professions or everything, and then they decided that still it is not about the profession. Again, if you are achieving something, I am doing something, my friends are doing something, at the end when we meet, it's just us 11th graders or 12th graders. It's not someone who is doing this or has achieved this. That is why competing with anyone else, it won't bring, like competing with friends especially, won't bring any good or positiveness to your relationship or bond with them, because it's just going to lead to, what's the word? Misunderstandings, conflicts among themselves, because competition, I guess, is very internal. If you are not saying it out loud, you'll somewhere feel inside that, oh, why am I not getting this? And that will eat you up inside. Might not affect them at all, but it might keep eating you up inside. So it's better if you just think that, oh, if your friend is doing good, which you should actually feel that if these both are doing good, if marks are getting increased or anything, like minor achievements as well, we celebrate each other's achievements in that way.
And you can also lift your friends up in this opportunity. You can motivate them that if, for example, if I'm not doing good but they both are doing good, then they will always try to lift me up, they will motivate me, and they will say that you have it and you just this habits, this habits, you should let go of it and you will eventually reach them. You can do better than us too. And that's how they motivate me. So I think this is really important in a friendship.
Also, we are quite alike, but at the same time we're quite different too in some really unique aspects of each of us. Like, I don't want to mention those on this exactly, but we throughout these years we have grown in some or other ways which are very different, like for example sports or Instagram or something like that. So all of these are not very big achievements for sure, but those are little things that kind of keep you going. So you need to know that when they are doing something good, you make sure you appreciate them at there, because that is something that you don't know which can be really important to them at that point, and which can be one whole factor that can help them to keep going.
Okay, so next we are going to talk about that how friendship needs consistency rather than convenience. For example, it should not be ki, okay, right now I'm free, you should meet me right now only. That's not how it goes. You need to understand that, okay, maybe the other person is in an important meeting or something else is lined up and they are not able to meet you, so you have to adjust something somewhere, and even your friend has to adjust things. As I said, ki people are building their career right now and they can have major things going up, and so you have to understand that. And consistency, basically putting efforts from both sides. It should not be like one-sided, like only one person is taking the burden and only one person is adjusting. Both of you have to adjust to meet each other and to hang out. So yeah.
Considering we are doing the same degree, so our timings are quite similar, but our timings are really bad. For the whole entire week, we are very busy and we're just free on the weekends right now. And even when we are free on the weekends, we have other plans. It's not just that we are just sitting at home and chilling. So, what we do is that we kind of discuss and come on a same timing, or we try to adjust things that we can go out at least once in a month. It does not have to be in a fancy restaurant. It can just be a walk to the beach, and it keeps switching. The places that we hang out, it keeps switching according to our collective mood. But yeah, those are very tiny things, but it really matters a lot.
Moods also keep switching.
Yeah.
It can be a 2-minute washroom break too. Yeah. Most cases that only.
But yeah, it's basically adjusting and just looking out for perspectives of everybody, not just your own thing.
So like most of the times I have noticed, so I have a really big sweet tooth and I'm always craving sweets, and every time I'm like, I want to eat dessert, they will always choose that, okay, she likes sweets, so we'll go to that place. And that is something I have noticed every time we hang out. Okay, यशस्वी को sweets पसंद है, so
But there is also one more thing. She likes sweet. She over orders it, and then only one person has to finish it. That is her.
and then after that there Nuri also. So me and Shravani, we usually go for pani puri after Shubh's finishing our desserts, and
Already overflowed
yeah,
because of that dessert.
and that's something really sweet. Like we respect each other like that. So Shubh's is a really big fan of non-veg. I'm a really big fan of sweets, and Shravani usually just loves chaats and idli dosa. So yeah, and coffee.
In general, South Indian
Then
food items.
yeah, so what we do is that we have a very nice lunch in a very nice restaurant. Not most of the times, but sometimes. For Shubh's, yeah, quite often. So Shubh's can have her non-veg, then dessert for me, and after that we also respect Shravani. And even if we are till throat,
Thank you.
till throat, packed full, like if I have one more bite I might just vomit it all out, we still choose to eat pani puri. Yeah, so that is something, so that's a sweet routine. But besides that also, besides the planning and all the lunch and everything, we also meet in our break, or like when there are, so basically
If we get 5 minutes between the lectures,
yeah.
we make sure that we go to her, or like we tend to meet equally.
Yeah, and sometimes it's just like okay, so they both are in different class. I'm in a different class, so most of the times I have another work and they have another lectures going on. But if they get a break, they always come and see me for even for this 2 or 1 minute. They know कि I'm not free, but they just see me, and looking at them smiling and giggling, it just makes me happy instantly. And that is a cute thing I have noticed, even though I am not able to meet them more often. Very pretty lighting. So that is also being consistent, and it's not convenience, it's basically just showing up, exactly as just Shubh said, and putting efforts.
I mean, I do when, let's say, I'm busy in something, and us two being in the same division, even if I know now there's a certain switch between two lectures, if I am busy somewhere, she's also with me somewhere, I will still actively look out that during that, like 5 minutes, is Yashasvi standing outside or not, is she there or not, and she somehow always manages to come there. But still, that's what, like, if you keep consistent behavior over a period of time, that it's not like the person becomes habit of the other person, but you expect that behavior, or you expect that okay, this person might actually show up. It's not always a bad thing to expect that, oh, this person, and it's not bad that when she's not there, I still understand that okay, she might be stuck somewhere, or she might be in the washroom, I don't know, but I won't be mad that she's not there, but I would always be more happy if she's there.
And leading to this, we can also talk about dependence in friendship. How we are not dependent on each other. Like they both are in the same class, I'm not. So, but even they both are not dependent on each other. Like most of the time, Shubs is into sports committee, I will say, and she has a lot of other things going on. Shravani, she's yeah, she does not choose to be in committees, and so she
Just likes to sit.
not even sit. She
In general.
she's planning and organizing something outside the college, building bonding with her friends outside the college, I will say, listening to them also. That is another cute thing, even though she has us.
Or maybe planning what to watch on Netflix when she reaches home.
Yeah, she's probably curating her Netflix watch list. But also, I have noticed very often that even if we both, me and Shubh, we might be busy in some committee work, Shravani, she tries to bond with her friends outside. Like I will say that whenever she gets time, she tries to catch up, because I know her friends outside the college and they have a pretty packed up schedule too. So whenever Shravani gets a chance to talk with them or interact with them, listen to them, she tries her best to give her 100%. So that is a green flag of Shravani.
But more than me, this chick, so much. Like I don't think this is a very bad quality of her. Like if I guess someone who is more emotionally giving out of all the three of us, it's her. Like she just invests so much emotionally in other people's emotions.
My mom is gonna laugh.
I don't know. Like it's just, I know that if anyone has any problem, she will always be there for them. Like even the minute, like if outfit decision. If she is in the middle of the lecture, but she will take out her phone and she'll decide, okay, this looks better on you. So if you want any suggestions, she is there, dropping everything.
No, I do that only for my friends though, not everybody.
Again, this does not make her dependent, but people sometimes do try to depend on her, and that is a flaw from their side, I would say. Because just because she's listening to you, giving you her 100%, that does not mean that you will be always dependent on her, and make choices after listening to her or making choices on her opinions. Even everyone thinks that me and her are very much dependent on each other, because we've been
together.
sitting together since for like past 2.5 years. If she is absent or I'm absent, it does not mean that, oh, we can't survive. Like I can survive one day because I have her there. But if these two are absent together, then I messed up. Okay, but even if Shubs is not there, even if I am there, even then she's not dependent on me, because again, as I said, I'm in a different class and I have another committee work going on. But even then, Shani seeks solace in herself and I would say she enjoys her own company. Yeah, and she's fine. And even though she has us too, she also has other friends in college. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, you do. People don't know about them.
Having friends who check up on you without any hidden agenda. So like, just a 2 minute checkup ki, hey, what's up, are you okay? Kya scene, kya chal raha hai? So like that, friends, they are really important. Without them, matlab, when they ask you how are
It
you
just
doing,
feels good.
yeah, it feels good, but they also don't have any agenda. Like ki, abhi I'll ask her ki how she's doing, and then I'll tell her to help me out with this situation, or I can ask her ki can you do this for me or do that for, like, so calling for favors in an hidden way. So that is something you should look out for.
So I like doing that. Just in general. What do you mean?
Under the table.
That also. Yeah. So I like doing that, like asking and checking up on people close to me, because you never know what somebody is going through, and at some times people hesitate to come and tell you about the problems. I mean, that should not happen initially, but there are times where the people would tend to hesitate because of what other things that are going in your life. So they might think, oh shit, busy होगी वो, या फिर time नहीं होगा उसके लिए. But yeah, so I just appreciate if somebody just, I mean, they do randomly. We are on call 24/7, so I don't
Doing life together.
exactly. So yeah, but one text can literally change somebody's whole mood, and they might feel free, and they might come and call you back and talk about if there's something going on.
I think the one that checks up most, like unintentionally, is her, because she'll randomly call, we won't pick up, but then we'll ask what happened, and she'll be like, ऐसे ही कुछ नहीं.
बोर हो रहा था तो पूछो, like if when I'm free, like this is what I have observed in myself, that whenever I'm free I feel like okay, let's check up on people. क्या चल रहा है उनके लाइफ में, क्या चल रहा है, what is going on, are they doing okay? And it's not only with them. I have friends who are doing CA and other things, and sometimes they are not able to talk about their emotions openly because they have very packed up schedule. So maybe sometimes just calling and checking up on them, ki like, hi, what's up, how are your preparations going, are you doing okay, are you feeling pressured? So that is really important, because I have noticed just asking them these few questions, they tend to open up and it makes their mind fresh. Yeah, I feel takes things, like I think it lifts some pressure off the shoulder. And I have also noticed that some people do not openly talk about it unless asked. So sometimes that one small question can actually help the other person, I feel.
Okay, so that's it for today, guys. So these were a few green flags that we implement in our relationship knowingly and unknowingly, and we just wanted to share it with you guys. So please do listen to the future episodes that we might
No,
post. We will post.
New resolution.
Yes, we are trying something new, and we just hope that you guys love it and show great support. Thank you.
Just one
Thank you so
suggestion. Just watch us while eating or while you're having snacks. It's just fun.
While you're traveling to college.
Yeah.
Or maybe when you're hanging out with a trio of friends.
Yeah. Thank you.
Bye bye.